There's nothing more discouraging to a gardener than soil that feels dead, hard, lifeless, and unable to support even the most stubborn weeds. Many modern gardeners reach for synthetic fertilizers, but the Amish have relied for centuries on a single natural ingredient that does far more than provide a quick fix. It rebuilds soil, restores life beneath the surface, and sets the stage for years of healthy crops. That ingredient is composted manure, often referred to as black gold in Amish gardening circles. Why composted manure is the backbone of Amish soil revival. The Amish live by simple, time-tested farming practices, and at the heart of those practices is animal manure. Fresh manure by itself can burn plants and spread harmful pathogens, but once it is composted properly, it transforms into a balanced, nutrient-rich material that awakens dead soil. The Amish rely heavily on cow and horse manure because their farms naturally produce plenty of it, but they also use poultry manure for gardens where they want a stronger nitrogen kick. What makes this ingredient powerful is not just the nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, but also the microbes and organic matter it introduces back into the soil. Dead soil is often compacted and stripped of microbial life, and composted manure brings back that living web that plants depend on. How to prepare composted manure so it is safe and effective? One of the Amish secrets is patience. They never throw fresh manure directly onto garden beds where crops are growing. Instead, they allow manure to compost for at least 6 months, sometimes up to a year depending on the type. Cow manure is gentler and can be ready in 6 months, while poultry manure is hotter and needs a longer period to mellow. The process of composting. It's quite fascinating, really. It involves piling manure in a heap, often mixed with straw or bedding, and allowing it to heat up and break down over time. You see, the internal temperature of the pile rises, and this is crucial as it kills off weed seeds and harmful bacteria. By the time it's ready, the pile no longer smells strongly of waste, but has a rich, earthy aroma. This is when the manure has truly reached its full potential to revive soil. Now, the right way to apply composted manure, that's key to reviving dead soil. Application is just as important as preparation. The Amish, for instance, generally work composted manure into the soil in the fall, giving microbes all winter to integrate and prepare the ground for spring planting. For a typical garden bed, 2 to 3 inches of composted manure spread across the surface and then worked into the top 6 inches of soil is usually sufficient. That ratio, 2 inches of compost to 6 inches of soil, is a balance that enriches without overwhelming. For larger plots, like an Amish-style vegetable garden, farmers might spread a wagon load of composted manure per quarter acre, then till it in evenly. It's all about finding that perfect balance, isn't it? If soil is severely depleted, the process can be repeated in spring, though with lighter applications of just 1 inch to avoid nitrogen overload. Practical examples of how manure restores life. A gardener in Lancaster County may take a bed where beans failed to sprout, cover it in 2 inches of well-aged cow manure, and after just 1 season, that same bed is teeming with earthworms and able to support heavy-feeding crops like tomatoes and cabbage. Poultry manure, once composted, is often used sparingly in rows where corn is planted, giving that initial burst of nitrogen the tall stalks crave. Amish farmers also rotate where they apply each type of manure, ensuring the soil doesn't become unbalanced with any one nutrient. The goal is always long-term health, not just quick yields. Right, so let's talk about how to start using manure in your garden, just like the Amish do. It's really all about a few simple steps, and honestly, you don't need much to get going. The process is straightforward and does not require fancy equipment. First, collect manure from whatever source is available: cows, horses, goats, chickens. Doesn't matter which, just use what you've got. Second, build a compost pile by mixing the manure with straw leaves or other carbon-rich material. Make sure to keep the pile at least 3 feet high to ensure it heats properly, so everything breaks down just right. Third, let it sit for 6 months to a year, turning it occasionally to speed decomposition. Finally, when the manure has lost its strong odour and turned dark and crumbly, spread it generously over your garden beds in the fall or early spring and work it in. By repeating this cycle year after year, you will see even the most stubborn dead soil turn rich, soft and alive again. The long-term reward of following Amish soil practices is really something special. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that give plants a temporary boost, but leave the soil poorer in the long run, composted manure builds soil structure, improves water retention, and feeds the underground network of life. Earthworms return, beneficial fungi spread, and nutrients are released slowly over time. This is exactly why Amish farms have soil that can keep producing bountiful harvests generation after generation. It's not a quick fix, but rather a steady commitment to building living soil that sustains itself. The beauty of this method, honestly, is that it is accessible to every gardener. Whether you're tending a small backyard patch or a half-acre homestead, composted manure is the single ingredient that can turn dead dirt into fertile ground. Follow the Amish way, and your soil won't just support your crops this season, it will keep improving year after year. If this guide has given you real value and sparked ideas for your own garden, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share this video with fellow gardeners. Together we can bring life back to the soil, one garden at a time.